Hi, everybody. Today we will be talking about comparatives and superlatives. It's very important for English grammar, and we will start with this very important presentation with comparatives. So go ahead, please.
Okay, comparatives. Comparatives are types of adjectives or adverbs used to compare two things. They show difference in degree, quality, or quantity between them in English. So this is a s- some from comparatives.
We have some rules for forming comparatives. This is the first one. One-syllable adjectives. When we have an adjective that is forming for one syllable, for example, colder or strong, bigger, and hot, we just add er. Cold, colder, strong, stronger. But when we have an CBC word, we double the last letter. That we see in big, bigger, hot, harder. Then we have some examples, and this box is bigger than that one. We compare the this box with the not with the next one.
Two syllable adjectives ending in Y. We change the Y to I and add er. For example, happy, happier, busy, busier, heavy, heavier. In the sentence, we use it, for example, I'm feeling happier today than I did yesterday. Or John is usually much busier than I am. Or it can be, my package is heavier than the last time.
Two or more syllables add more before the adjectives. When an adjective has a two or more syllables, we don't add ear or east to the end of it. The adjective famous has two syllables, famous. Cannot we say famouser? No, it does exist. For comparatives, we use the word more before the adjectives with the two or more syllables. So famous become more famous. Beautiful, more beautiful. Difficult, more difficult. For example, in a sentence, Albert Einstein is more famous than many other scientists.
Okay, and irregular adjectives. Some irregular adjectives have irregular or comparative forms. These examples from good to better, but to worse, there are no rules for this word. You just need to remember them.
All right, so let's continue our presentation with superlatives. Superlatives are used to describe the extreme quality of one object in a group of three or more objects. They often end in est or are formed by adding the word most before the adjective. And we have some examples. Rules for forming superlatives. One syllable adjectives add est to the end of the adjective. For examples, we have some examples here of the adjectives and also we have some sentences. We have first the examples of the adjectives. For example, tall, tallest, small, smallest, bright, brightest, cold, coldest, clever, cleverest. We have some sentence examples here. This is the biggest house on the block. This is the brightest star in the sky is the North Star.
For second one, we have two-syllable adjectives ending in Y. We have to change the Y to I and est. For example, in happy, happiest. Bossy, bossiest. Funny, funniest. Sunny, sunniest. Silly, silliest.
For superlatives, we use words the most before the adjective. So famous becomes the most famous, for example. And another example is beautiful, most beautiful, difficult, most difficult. In this one we use, for example, in a sentence, Albert Einstein is considered the most famous scientist of the 20th century.
Now, irregular adjectives. Some adjectives have irregular superlative form. And for example, good change to the best, such as in the example, she's the best student of this class. Or bad, it becomes worst. I got the worst reward at the competition. Usage example. The comparative, we have she's taller than her brother, and the superlative, she's the tallest in her class.
Special cases. Double comparatives or superlatives are incorrect. For example, more taller or most tallest. Adjectives with specific meanings do not usually form comparatives or superlatives. Example, dead, unique, perfect. Special cases examples. Double superlatives, incorrect usage. This is the most best cake I've ever had. The correct way to say it will be, this is the best cake I ever had. Another example that is incorrect is, he is the most tallest player on the team. And the correct way should be, he is the tallest player on the team. Unique adjectives that not doesn't form comparatives or superlatives are the word perfect. Her performance was perfect. Explanation: perfect is an absolute state. Something cannot be more perfect or most perfect. Unique. This painting is unique. Unique means one of a kind, so it cannot have a degree of comparison. Dead. The plant is dead. Dead is an absolute state. It cannot be more dead or most dead. And complete. This project is complete. Complete indicates something is finished and it's entirely, so it cannot be most complete.
All right, so let's summarize this. Comparatives and superlatives. Comparatives and superlatives are used to compare things and show their similarities and differences. Comparatives are used to compare two things and show which one has more or less of a particular quality. They are formed by adding er or more to the adjective. And superlatives are used to compare three or more things and show which one has the most or least of particular quality. They are formed by adding est or most to the adjective. And some key points to remember. We use comparatives to compare two things. We use superlatives to compare three or more things. We form comparatives by adding er or more to the adjective. And we form superlatives by adding est or most to the adjective. We use de before the adjective, the superlative adjective. Thank you very much for paying attention to our presentation.
Thank you,
Thank
class.
you.